Courtney Simon sitting in for Jim Lakey over here at Cable Channel 3, where we serve the Maxville and St. John area in the Stafford County. And you can see us 24/7 on the web at sandylandcenter.org. And we are located on the south side of the square. Come by and visit us any morning for lovely, lovely coffee and great conversation. And of course, today the conversation is all about March Madness and football. So come and join us anytime. But what about the weather for today, Monday, March the 23rd? Yesterday, Sunday, was a perfect spring day, but the unusual lull in the severe weather across the country will give way to an end this week, and according to the meteorologist at the AccuWeather, the main threat will be strong thunder and large hail and cloud to ground lightning and gusty winds in the central and eastern Kansas, Topeka, Wichita, and Kansas City, and the western Missouri. And although spring is officially began on Friday, and there has been some rainfall, the temperatures that came immediately after that, they were warm, the temperatures were warm, and it resulted in quite a drying out in the surface area. So there has been sufficient drying out to support a critical fire threat in some parts of the southern plains, as the humidity will be as low as 8 to 12%, and as the temperatures again climb up in the 80s, and the surface wind will be at 15 to 20 miles per hour. So we have that variation going in the weather. But right now in the square, as I looked out, it was 46 degrees, and the skies are partly cloudy. And for the rest of Monday, though, it is forecasted to be cooler than yesterday's warm of 77. And we should have some sunshine and clouds mixed with some afternoon thunderstorm, as the high goes to between 68 and 70 degrees, with the wind at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, Monday night, we should have some thunderstorms early in the morning, and then we should have it partly cloudy with gusty winds and still some possibility of some small hail, as there's an 80% chance of rain or some precipitation tonight, and this low get down to the 47 degrees Fahrenheit, and the winds will be coming in from the east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Tomorrow, Tuesday, it should be windy, and mostly cloudy skies will become partly cloudy in the afternoon with a high at 71, and the wind coming in from the northwest at 20 to 25 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, Tuesday night, we could have a few clouds overnight, low of 42 degrees Fahrenheit, and the winds will change somewhat coming in from the south to southwest at 10 miles per hour, 10 to 15 miles per hour. And Wednesday, the winds will be increasing to 20 to 30 miles per hour coming in from the north. And we should have a few clouds with that as the temperatures go down to around 65. And Wednesday night, it will be windy, cloudy skies will become partly cloudy overnight as the temperatures go down to 34 and the wind at 20 to 30 miles per hour. And Thursday night, along with a few Thursday during the day, along with a few afternoon clouds, the temperature drops down to about 59 for the high, and the winds coming in from the north-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And Thursday night, look out, because we could have some rain showers early in the evening and mixing with some snow showers later in the evening as the low goes down to about 30 degrees. And the wind's still coming in with that northeasterly pattern at 10 to 15 miles per hour. So quite a variation in this early part of the spring, so look out for that. Our feature for today, it's a strategy for your savings. In today's economy, if part of your nest egg is sitting in the bank or at a brokerage house, it is earning between 0% and 0.1% annually. At that rate, even with the power of compounding, it will take 6,932 years to double your money. Listen to that. At 0 or 0.1%, it will take almost 7,000 years to double your money, states a recent report from the ARP. So here are 3 ways to make your money work a little bit harder for you. Number 1, look for a money market account paying between 1 or 1.5% or higher, and that extra 0.99% gets you $99 per year on a $10,000 saving account, or $990 and $100,000. This is more than you can earn on even a treasury. A 2-year treasury is paying just at 0.54%. Another way to make your money work a little bit harder for you, go long. For an even higher return, buy a long-term certificate of deposit with the easy withdrawal penalties. If you need the money, or if the rates increase, you can earn more by paying the penalty and buying a new CD. For example, buying a 2-year CD that pays 2.25% and cashing it out early will earn you 1.69%. So that is still considerably higher than the 0.1% the banks are paying. So think of these as short-term CDs with an option to leave your money in for longer and earn more as the situation changes. A third way to make your money work harder for you and earn even more is a 5-year CD paying 2.5%, 2.25%, and that is 2.24 more than your 0.1% that it is probably earning. If left in for the whole time, it will earn $224 in a $10,000 certificate, or $2,240 in a $100,000 certificate. This is still better than a treasury, a 2-year treasury paying 1.34%. Always remember, though, it is recommended that you have at least 1 year's cash on hand for emergencies. That is, you have enough so that you wouldn't have to sell your CDs or any other investments that you have prematurely. I know those low interest rates when I get my statement, 0, 0, 0. So I know for people on fixed income, that is quite a problem. So mark your calendars for some birthdays. We have a few of those. Yesterday, it was Kate Ellis's birthday. And today, Monday, it's Marjorie Clark and Cindy Friesen. Tomorrow, it will be Dawn Keenan. And on Wednesday, March the 25th, it will be Jody Willinger, Linda McAllister, and Kay Kenneman. And on Thursday, March the 20th, it's Mary Beth Gardner. So if you see these people as they go around, do remember to send them a card, give them a call, send them some flowers if needs be, but just remember them. Mark your calendars also for Wednesday, March the 25th. The Ministerial Alliance continues to have the Lenten breakfast, and I do believe this Wednesday will be the last in the Lenten breakfast, and those have been wonderful occasions. It's early, it's 7 o'clock, but if you're an early bird and wish to have some coffee and a continental breakfast, let's put it that way, and good meditation. Somebody brings you a short meditation for the day, and lots of lovely singing and fellowship. It's just a wonderful way to start your day on a Wednesday. And those have been quite well attended. So come over to the First United Methodist Church in St. John at 7 o'clock for the Lenten breakfast. And everyone is invited for that. Mark your calendars also for Thursday. The St. John Recreational Center, the lunch brunch, is going to Inman for a traditional German meal. The bus will leave St. John right at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. and return at 2:30. And the cost of that trip is $8. Do call over at the center for 620-549-6549 if you want to make reservations. Give them a call. Mark your calendars also for the candidate forum for March the 26th, and I do believe that's Thursday. The Goodman Library, St. John, will be holding a candidate forum for the St. John City Council and USD 350 Board of Education candidates at 7 p.m. Thursday, March the 26th in the community room. And the community members are encouraged to submit questions to the candidates on forms available at the Goodman Library. And do come out. This is a great opportunity to voice your concern or ask questions of the potential candidates and have a good turnout. I have been to a couple of those and they've always been quite interesting. So mark your calendars for that. People in the news. We want to congratulate Greg Lewis. Mr. Lewis is a Stafford County farmer and rancher who was elected as a replacement for the Kansas House District number 113. He will complete the unexpired term of Basil Dannenbaum, who was elected in November, but he resigned early in February because of some health issues. The special election was conducted by precinct committee members from Pratt, Stafford, and parts of Barton, Rice, and Pawnee counties. He received 65% of the 81 votes cast. His name as the successful candidate will be sent by express mail to Governor Brownback, who has to validate that. Voters overwhelmingly favored the newcomer, who said he would never consider himself to be a politician or a legislator, but he's there as a servant of District 113. He's available to take the oath of office today, so I'm not quite sure, but I do know he's available to take the oath of office today. And everyone in the District 113 would want to wish him success in his term in office as he tries to serve our district. So if you see him, do also congratulate him, and that's a very hard thing that he's going to do. Mark your calendars also for the lunch over at the Sunflower Center. And today they'll be serving out, this is a quiche. Oh, I love quiche. And it's quiche and with potatoes and vegetable and a blueberry muffin and cinnamon pears. And tomorrow they'll be serving a Swiss steak with tomatoes, seasoned rice, carrots, biscuit, a white cake, and mandarin oranges. And on Wednesday, they'll be serving roast turkey, turkey gravy, baked sweet potato, and cream corn. And on Thursday, if you like liver and onions, it will be there for you with scalloped potatoes, broccoli, bread and butter, and all the fixings. Always go with that, tea, coffee, and the condiments. And over at the Maxville Center, Today they're serving a sausage gravy with hash browns, green beans and biscuit, and ambrosia salad. Tomorrow they will be serving roast turkey, mashed potatoes, California blend with bread, fruit cocktail. And on Wednesday they'll be serving a Tahitian chicken with rice and steamed cabbage and pears. And on Thursday we'll be serving chili, crackers, green beans, a cinnamon roll, and pineapple. And again, if you do need a hot lunch, please remember to call Ida Center, and they'll be happy to provide that hot, nutritious lunch for you on your call. Please do that. And our thought for today, for health. I like to talk about health. According to a prominent Duke University researcher, if thankfulness were a drug, it would be the world's best-selling product with health benefits for every and each major organ system. Cicero once said, "Gratitude is our natural response to God's grace. Nothing so takes the heart out of a person as ingratitude." Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but is the parent of all other virtues. So for better heart health, along with everything else, give thanks to God and others for everything. So you have a great day and enjoy the good weather before the bad weather steps in. Good.
This is your story.
This is your story.
This is your story.
This is my story.
This is my story.
This is my story.
But most of all,
this is the greatest story ever told.
This is God's story.
This is God's story.
This is God's story.
I know you're going to enjoy the incredible journey you're about to embark on. The story is brimming over with tales of mystery, intrigue, adventure, of love, heartbreak, and triumph, of power, of struggle, and finally, of redemption. But remember, the Bible is not 100 ancient, unrelated paintings, but a mural all knitted together to tell the story of God's great love for us and the extent to which He will go to get us back. I know you're really going to enjoy and appreciate this wonderful experience as you fully explore how we all fit into the greatest story ever told, God's story.
This is God's story.
This is God's story.
This is God's story.
I'm Ray Davidson, pastor of First Southern Baptist Church here in St. John on the corner of 2nd and Exchange. We would like to invite you to come and join with us as we look at God's story, the story of God's interaction with man. We'll begin on September the 7th at 9:30 a.m. with a worship service, followed by at 10:30 with Sunday school. This is a study for everyone in the family. All of the children, young people, adults will be studying the same lesson so that we can talk about it at home as we go through the week. We invite you again to come and join us on this 31-week study of God's story and man's story.